The warehouse exploded in a roar that swallowed the night, flames clawing at the Brooklyn sky like vengeful spirits. Alex Harper, sweat stinging his eyes under the weight of his turnout gear, kicked down the charred door and plunged into the inferno, his flashlight cutting through the black smoke like a desperate prayer. He found the figure slumped against a crate, barely breathing, and when he wiped the soot from that face, time cracked open. It was Jamie, the boy who'd broken his heart a decade ago, the one he'd buried in the recesses of memory, convinced he'd vanished into a straight-laced life of picket fences and forgotten promises. Alex's grip tightened on Jamie's limp arm, the heat searing his gloves as he hauled him toward the exit. "Stay with me," he growled, more to himself than the unconscious man, his voice lost in the crackle of collapsing beams. They'd been 17, stealing kisses in the shadowed bleachers of their Queens high school, whispering dreams of escape from judgmental eyes and small-town suffocation. Jamie had vanished after graduation, no calls, no letters, just rumors of a family move to the suburbs, a fiancée named Sarah, a life that screamed normalcy. Alex had armored himself against it, throwing his pain into the firehouse, into the brotherhood of Ladder 147, where flames didn't ask questions about who you'd loved and lost. Now, as sirens wailed outside and his team shouted coordinates over the radio, Alex dragged Jamie through the collapsing corridor, debris raining like accusations. His mind raced. Why here? Why now? The warehouse was an old textile mill, abandoned but rumored for squatter fires. Had Jamie fallen so far? A beam groaned overhead, and Alex shoved them both forward, shielding Jamie's body with his own as sparks exploded around them. They burst into the cool December air, medics swarming like shadows, and Alex collapsed to his knees, helmet clattering against the pavement. Jamie's chest rose and fell in shallow hitches, oxygen mask fogging with each breath, but those eyes, hazel flecked with gold, fluttered open for a split second, locking onto Alex's with a flicker of recognition that hit harder than any backdraft. "Harper, you good?" Captain Ruiz clapped his shoulder, yanking off his own mask, face smeared with grime. Alex nodded numbly, watching as paramedics loaded Jamie onto a stretcher. The guy's clothes were rags, faded jeans, a threadbare hoodie singed at the edges. Nothing like the polished kid Alex remembered. No wedding ring, no trace of the life he'd imagined. Ruiz followed his gaze. "Know him?" Alex shook his head too quickly, the lie tasting like ash. Just a face in the fire, Cap. But it wasn't. It was the face that had haunted his quietest moments, the one that made him swear off love for the reliability of hoses and halyards. At the hospital, Alex paced the ER waiting room, the fluorescent buzz drilling into his skull. He'd cleaned up in the locker room shower, but the soot seemed embedded, a mark of the impossible reunion. His phone buzzed, text from his crew, checking in, but his thumb hovered over an old contact. Jamie's mom, the woman who'd once baked him cookies while eyeing him like a threat. He pocketed it. No, this wasn't his to chase. Jamie had choices, paths that diverged long ago. Yet when the doctor emerged, smoke inhalation, minor burns, stable but sedated. Alex's feet moved on their own, signing in as a friend at the desk, slipping into the dim room where monitors beeped like hesitant heartbeats. Jamie lay there, for dripping clarity into his veins, the grime scrubbed away to reveal the man time had carved. Sharper jaw, faint lines etching worry around his mouth, hair cropped close but still curling at the temples. Alex sank into the chair, elbows on knees, staring at the floor. "What the hell happened to you?" he whispered, the words uncoiling years of unspoken hurt. Footsteps echoed in the hall. Nurses, maybe, and Alex straightened, but his resolve cracked when Jamie stirred, murmuring something incoherent. It sounded like sorry. Alex's throat tightened. Sorry for what? For leaving? For living a lie? Or for dragging him back into the fire? Dawn crept through the blinds, painting stripes across Jamie's face, and Alex forced himself to stand. He had a shift in hours, a life of drills and dinners at the firehouse, where his queerness was an open secret met with backslaps and bad jokes. No room for ghosts. But as he reached the door, Jamie's hand twitched, fingers brushing the sheet like a plea. Alex paused, cursing under his breath, and turned back. "Wake up, damn it," he said softly, squeezing that hand. Warm, calloused, familiar. Jamie's eyes opened fully then, hazy but sharpening on Alex's face. The silence stretched, heavy with the weight of what they'd both lost, until Jamie rasped. "Alex? Is that you?" The word hung there, a spark in dry tinder. Alex swallowed hard. "Yeah, it's me." And in that moment, with the scent of antiseptic mingling with phantom smoke, Alex knew. This rescue wasn't over. It was just beginning, and the flames waiting to ignite had nothing to do with fire. The days blurred into a tense vigil. Alex pulled strings, swapped shifts, called in favors, to hover at Jamie's bedside, piecing together fragments of a story that didn't add up. Jamie talked in fits, voice rough from the tube they'd snaked down his throat. Disowned at 19, after his dad found letters, love notes Alex had slipped into his locker. "He called me sick," Jamie said one afternoon, staring at the four-pole. "Mom just cried. Said it was a phase, but when I wouldn't lie." He'd couch-surfed, scraped by with odd jobs, ended up in that warehouse squatting with a rotating crew of outcasts, queer kids, runaways, folks the world had chewed up and spat out. No Sarah, no straight life. That was a rumor his family spread to save face. Alex listened, fists clenched in his lap, anger simmering at the parents who'd raised them both in the same neighborhood, preached tolerance on Sundays but locked doors at the whisper of truth. "Why didn't you fight it? Call me." The question burst out, raw and accusing. Jamie's gaze dropped. "I was scared. You were heading to the academy, building something real. I didn't want to drag you down." Alex barked a laugh, bitter. "Drag me? You were my anchor, Jamie. Without you, I just run into fires to feel alive." The admission slipped free, unguarded, and Jamie's hand found his again, a tentative bridge over the chasm. But bridges burn easy. That evening, as snow dusted the window, a knock shattered the fragile peace. Jamie's sister, Lena, older, sharper, with their mother's eyes, strode in, coat shedding flakes, her face a mask of controlled fury. "James," she said, voice clipped, ignoring Alex entirely. "Mom sent me. We need to talk." Jamie tensed, pulling his hand away like it scalded. Alex stood, instincts flaring. "He's resting, ma'am." Lena's eyes flicked to him then, narrowing. "And you are?" The disdain dripped, old prejudices bubbling up. "The guy who pulled your brother's ass from a blaze." Alex shot back, chin lifting. "While your family played pretend." The room iced over. Lena's lips thinned. "We did what we had to. For the family." She turned to Jamie, softening fractionally. "Come home, James. Rehab, counseling, Dad's willing to try." Jamie's laugh was hollow. "Try what?" "Pray the gay away again." Lena flinched but pressed on, her words a barrage of guilt trips and half-promises. Alex watched Jamie crumble under it, the fighter in him warring with the boy who'd once begged for scraps of acceptance. When Lena left with a slammed door and a think about it, Jamie curled into himself, whispering, "They'll never change." Alex wanted to rage, to chase her down and demand the years stolen, but he knelt instead, cupping Jamie's face. "You don't go back to that. Not alone." Jamie's eyes searched his, vulnerable. "What if I ruin you too?" Alex's heart thudded. "Try me." It was a dare, a vow, and in the quiet that followed, their foreheads touched. A spark, not yet flame, but enough to warm the cold edges of regret. Discharge came too soon. Papers signed in triplicate, and Alex drove Jamie to his own cramped apartment in Astoria, the city lights blurring past like half-remembered dreams. The place was Firefighter sparse. Weights in the corner, a fridge stocked with protein shakes and takeout remnants. Photos of the crew pinned to the fridge, Alex grinning amid helmets. No room for softness. Jamie sank onto the couch, clutching a duffel of donated clothes, looking every bit the stray Alex had saved. "This is temporary," Alex said firmly, tossing him a blanket. "Till you get on your feet." Jamie nodded, but his eyes held gratitude laced with fear, the kind that whispers you're not worth the space. Nights were the worst. Alex tossed in his bed, separated by a thin wall from Jamie's restless sighs. Memories crashing like waves. Stolen summers at Coney Island, hands linked under arcade lights. The night Jamie confessed, trembling, "I love you." And Alex believed the world could bend for them. Now doubt crept in. What if Jamie was still running? What if Alex's life, the firehouse family that accepted him, warts and all, cracked under this intrusion? Mornings brought forced normalcy. Coffee brewed strong, eggs scrambled with awkward small talk about the weather, the Knicks' latest flop. But under it simmered tension, unspoken questions about what came next. Then the call came, mid-shift at the house. Alex's phone lit up with Lena's number, and he stepped into the apparatus bay, engine idling like a growl. "He's not your project," she hissed. "Mom's sick, heart stuff. He belongs with us." Alex gripped the phone tighter. "He belongs where he chooses, not where you dictate." Her laugh was sharp. "Chooses? Like squatting in death traps? You're enabling him, making him think this lifestyle is okay." The word landed like a slap, and Alex's vision tunneled. "Lifestyle? It's who he is, Lena. And if your family's so great, why's he scarred from it?" Silence, then a click. Threat delivered. Back inside, Ruiz eyed him over a game of cards. Trouble. Alex shrugged it off, but the seed planted. Was he enabling or saving? That night, returning to find Jamie sketching on a napkin, rough lines of flames morphing into faces, Alex slid beside him. "What if we start fresh? No past, no family drama." Jamie's pencil stilled. "Can we? You're a hero. I'm damaged goods." Alex took the sketch, tracing the lines. "Damaged? You're the one who taught me courage." Their eyes met, and for the first time, Jamie leaned in, lips brushing Alex's cheek. A ghost of a kiss, tentative, electric. The air hummed with possibility, but outside, thunder rumbled, a storm brewing that neither could outrun. The first real storm hit on a Friday, rain lashing the windows like it had a grudge, mirroring the one building inside Alex. He'd just wrapped a brutal drill, live burn sim that left his lungs aching, when his radio crackled with a multi-alarm in Red Hook. "Warehouses again," irony biting deep. "Harper, your lead search," Ruiz barked, and Alex geared up, mind flashing to Jamie, alone in the apartment with nothing but bad TV and worse thoughts. "Tell him I'll be late," he muttered to no one, the truck roaring to life as they peeled out. Meanwhile, Jamie paced the tiny living room, the sketch from days ago crumpled in his fist. Alex's touch lingered, that cheek kiss a spark he'd doused with panic, retreating into silence. He wasn't ready, for trust, for the vulnerability that came with it. His phone buzzed. Lena again, a text laced with manipulation. "Mom's asking for you. Don't let that firefighter poison you against us." Poison. The word festered, stirring old wounds. Jamie had tried, once, after the disownment, fake dates, buried his truth under layers of denial. But it ate him hollow, landing him in that squatter den, chasing numbness in shared bottles and stories of survival. He grabbed his coat, needing air, the rain a cold slap against his face as he wandered Astoria's slick streets. Thoughts tangled. Alex's steady presence, the way his laugh rumbled like distant thunder, contrasting the chaos of his own life. Could he stay? Or was he just a pit stop, a rescue story for Alex to tell over beers? A bar glowed ahead, neon promising forgetfulness, and Jamie ducked in, ordering a soda. Clean 6 months, no slips. The bartender, a burly guy with a rainbow pin, nodded. "Rough night." Jamie shrugged. "Rough life." Back at the firehouse, Alex crawled through smoke-choked ruins, heart pounding not from the heat, but the echo of Jamie's hesitation. The rescue was clean. 2 warehouse workers out, no fatalities. But as he stripped gear in the Deccan line, his mind replayed Lena's call. Family pulled hard, gravity of blood and history. He'd seen it in the house. Rookies torn between duty and dads who called it a phase. Alex toweled off, checking his phone, no messages. Unease gnawed. Jamie needed space, sure, but this silence felt like fracture. He got home soaked, the apartment dark save for a lamp's glow. Jamie wasn't there. Panic spiked, visions of flames, of history repeating. Alex dialed, voicemail. "Where are you?" he texted, pacing until the door creaked open hours later. Jamie dripping, eyes red-rimmed, but clear. "Walk," Jamie said simply, peeling off his jacket. Relief warred with frustration. "In this? Alone?" Jamie met his gaze, defiant. "I needed to think. About us. About everything." Alex's jaw tightened. "And?" Jamie hesitated, then, "I'm scared I'll break you like I broke myself." The words landed soft, shattering. Alex crossed the room in 2 strides, pulling Jamie into a hug that smelled of rain and resolve. You won't. We fix breaks together. They stood like that, bodies aligning in quiet sync, until Jamie pulled back, voice small. Lena texted, "Mom's worse." Alex's arms dropped. The storm outside mirrored the one in. Pull him close, or let the past reclaim. Go see her, Alex said finally, the words costing. But come back. Jamie searched his face, then nodded, a pact sealed in the downpour's drum. The hospital visit was a minefield. Lena waited in the lobby, arms crossed, but Jamie brushed past, straight to Mom's room. Evelyn Caldwell lay pale against pillows, monitors beeping her fragility, but her eyes lit when he entered. "James," she breathed, hand outstretched. He took it, the touch stirring a flood, childhood hugs, whispered secrets before the world intruded. "Mom." They talked haltingly, her heart attack from stress, Dad's gruff apologies via proxy, the family's slow thaw under time's erosion. "We were wrong," she admitted, tears tracking. "Scared. But we love you." Jamie's throat closed. "Love, but conditional? Does that include him?" "Alex." Evelyn's smile wavered. "If he makes you happy, yes." Lena hovered outside, eavesdropping, her interruption a scalpel. "Don't rush, James. He's using you. Fire hero complex." Jamie whirled. "Using? He saved me, twice. What's your excuse?" Siblings clashed in hushed fury, years of resentment spilling. Lena's role as enforcer, Jamie's rebellion as betrayal. "I protected you," she snapped. "From what?" "Myself." The hall echoed with their voices until a nurse shushed them, and Jamie stormed out, Evelyn's plea, "Come for Christmas," ringing hollow. He found Alex at the kitchen table, nursing coffee, eyes shadowed from the call. "How'd it go?" Jamie sank opposite, head in hands. "Like ripping a scab. They want me back, but on their terms." Alex reached across, thumb tracing his knuckles. "Terms like what?" Jamie's laugh was brittle. "Act normal. Hide. But I can't. Not anymore." The admission hung, a turning point, and Alex's grip tightened. "Then don't. Build your own terms. With me." Jamie looked up, the vulnerability raw. "What if I want that? Us?" Alex's smile was slow, warming. "Then we try. Slow. Real." But reality intruded swift. The next morning, a knock. Police, badges glinting. "James Caldwell. We need to talk about the warehouse fire." Jamie paled. "Arson." The squatter crew had rumors, but he'd sworn off that life. "It was accidental," he stammered, but the cop's eyes said suspicion. Alex stepped forward, voice steady. "He's with me. Anything you need, run it through the department." They left cards, promises of follow-up, and Jamie sagged against the wall. "If it's deliberate, my friend's there." Alex pulled him close. "We'll sort it. Together." The investigation loomed like smoke, tainting their fragile peace. Alex dove into it off-duty, calling contacts at the precinct, piecing a puzzle of faulty wiring and vagrant desperation. Jamie, meanwhile, job-hunted, barista gigs, delivery apps, clinging to normalcy. Evenings brought tentative steps, shared meals, Jamie's sketches adorning the fridge, their hands brushing over dishes, sparks without pressure. One night, under the TV's flicker, Jamie leaned into Alex's shoulder. "Thank you," he murmured, "for seeing me." Alex's arm curled around him. Always did. Yet doubt festered in Jamie. Late-night scrolls through old photos. High school Alex, cocky and carefree, stirred envy. What had he missed? A life unscarred? The next day, alone, he met an old squatter buddy, Marco, at a diner. "Heard about the fire," Marco said sly. "Cops sniffing." "You talk." Jamie shook his head. "No." But Marco's grin chilled. "Better not." Loose lips sink ships. Paranoia bloomed, and Jamie rushed home, confessing to Alex. "What if I'm bad luck?" Alex cupped his face. "Luck's what we make. And ours? It's just starting." The climax brewed subtle. A tip from Ruiz, whispers of insurance fraud tied to the warehouse owner. Alex's gut twisted, Jamie innocent, but tangled. He confronted the lead detective, pulling Firefighter pull. "Kid's clean. Check the landlord." Vindication came slow, charges shifting, but the scare bonded them deeper. Jamie, in the aftermath, sketched Alex amid flames, not victim, but guardian. "My hero," he said, pressing it into Alex's hands. Their first real kiss followed, soft in the lamplight, tasting of hope and healed hurts. But outside, winter deepened, and with it, a chill wind carrying Lena's shadow, and a secret she guarded, one that could ignite it all. Winter clamped down on New York like a vice, the Hudson freezing in patches, mirroring the frost creeping back into Alex and Jamie's tentative warmth. The arson cleared, landlord indicted for skimping on safety to hike premiums. But the victory felt hollow, shadows of suspicion lingering in Jamie's flinches at sirens, his hesitation to meet Alex's crew. "They'll see through me," he'd mutter, pulling up with job apps while Alex drilled ropes at the house. Alex understood, scars ran deep, but impatience simmered. When would Jamie step into the light? Christmas loomed, a minefield of traditions Alex had dodged solo. Tree with the guys, eggnog laced with ribbing about his single status. This year, he wanted Jamie there, woven into the fabric. "Come to the firehouse party," he urged one evening, snow tapping the window like impatient fingers. Jamie paused mid-sketch, pencil hovering. "Your family? I don't fit." Alex knelt, eyes level. "They are family because they choose. Like I choose you." The words hung, a gauntlet, and Jamie's nod came slow, laced with terror. The party was chaos, station decked in tinsel, table groaning under chili and cookies, laughter echoing off brick walls. Ruiz clapped Jamie's back. "Heard you took a lungful." "Tough bastard," easing the knot in Alex's chest. Jamie hovered at first, nursing a soda, but stories flowed. Near misses, bad burns, the Brotherhood's unyielding glue. A queer vet, Tommy, cornered him. "Alex? Solid. Saved my hide in 18. You." Jamie smiled faint. "Saved his once." Long story. Beers loosened tongues, and by midnight, Jamie laughed genuine, arms slung over Alex's as they sang off-key carols. In the cab home, Jamie's head lolled on his shoulder. "They're good people." Alex kissed his temple. "Like you." But family blood called insistent. Evelyn's texts piled. "Dinner? Just us." Jamie deleted half, showed Alex the rest. "It's a trap." Alex agreed, but saw the pull, the ache for reconciliation unfinished. "Go. Set boundaries." Jamie did, alone, the diner neutral ground. Evelyn arrived frail, dad absent. "Business," she said, but Jamie knew avoidance. They ate awkward. Turkey sandwiches, small talk skirting edges. Then, "We're trying, James." Therapy. Pride flags in the yard. Jamie's fork stilled. "Flags? Or me?" Evelyn's eyes welled. "Both. But Lena. She's struggling." The pivot stung, blame shifted. Jamie pushed back. "Struggling why?" "Because I'm happy." Evelyn's hand covered his. "Because she lost you to it." "Home," Jamie vented to Alex, pacing. "They want absolution without change." Alex pulled him down, legs tangled on the couch. "You owe them nothing. But if it heals you." Jamie's fingers traced Alex's collarbone, grounding. "It doesn't. You do." Their kiss deepened, hands exploring with care, shoulders, waists, the map of survival etched in skin. No rush, just reconnection, breaths sinking in the quiet. Afterward, curled close, Jamie whispered, "I love you." Still. Alex's heart stuttered. "Always have." January brought ice storms, the city grinding under salt trucks and blackouts. At the house, Alex thrived on the rhythm. False alarms, car wrecks, the adrenaline that numbed softer fears. But Jamie's job landed. Barista at a queer cafe in Bushwick, steam and chatter a bomb. He bloomed there, trading stories with trans bar backs, sketching patrons on breaks. Alex visited, stealing lattes and glances, pride swelling at Jamie's ease. Fitting in, he'd tease. Jamie's grin. Finally. Twist came subtle, a letter in junk mail, Evelyn's script, pleading a family summit. "Dad's ready." Jamie burned it, but Lena escalated, showing at the cafe, cornering him mid-shift. "This place? It's a phase." Customers hushed, eyes on the drama. Jamie's voice rose. "No, it's home." Lena's face twisted, hurt, not hate. Home was us. Before him. Him. Alex, reduced to pronoun. Jamie fired back. "Before you all broke us." She fled, tears streaming, but planted doubt. Was blood redeemable? That night, Jamie confessed over takeout, voice cracking. She looked broken. Alex's fork clattered. And you? Fixed by strangers. The argument ignited slow. Alex accusing enabling, Jamie defending forgiveness. Not enabling, understanding. Voices climbed, old insecurities fueling. You always run to them, Alex snapped. When it gets hard. Jamie recoiled. Like you run to fires? Silence crashed, brutal truth. Jamie grabbed his coat. Maybe I need space. The door slammed, echo deafening. Alex sat stunned, regret flooding. He'd pushed too hard, fear of loss making him lash. Phone in hand, he texted. Sorry. Come back. No reply. Hours ticked, panic rising. Visions of warehouses, cold streets. At dawn, Ruiz called. Blizzard inbound. Stay put. But Alex couldn't. He trudged through drifts to the cafe, closed. Then Jamie's old haunts, hard in throat. Found him at the pier, bundled on a bench, staring at the churning East River. Thought you'd bolt, Alex said, sinking beside. Jamie's voice muffled. Almost. But you're my anchor. They talked till numb, fears voiced, walls crumbling. No more running, Jamie vowed. Alex pulled him close. Promise. Spring teased early, crocuses pushing through slush, mirroring their thaw. Jamie moved sketches to the walls, colors bleeding life. Alex introduced him proper to the crew, a barbecue in the lot, burgers charring as stories spun. Tommy grilled Jamie on art, Ruiz shared dad jokes. Laughter flowed easy, belonging taking root. But Lena's shadow lingered. A voicemail, voice trembling. I was wrong. Can we talk? For Mom. Jamie played it for Alex. Decision heavy. One chance. Supervised. Alex nodded. Support steel. The meet was a park, neutral green under budding trees. Lena arrived solo, hands twisting a scarf. I researched. Therapy for families like us. Jamie's guard held. Like us. She nodded, eyes down. Hurt ones. I enabled the hate. Sorry. The apology cracked something in Jamie, tears pricking. Why now? Lena's voice broke. Lost you twice. Can't again. Hugs followed, tentative, a bridge mending. Alex waited distant, watching, chest tight with hope. Back home, Jamie glowed. It's real. Change. Alex kissed his forehead. Knew it. But joy crested with undercurrent. Evelyn's health waning. Dad's reluctance a wild card. Whispers of inheritance, conditions unspoken. Jamie brushed it off, but Alex saw the weight. We'll face it, he said. Nights deepened their bond. Shared dreams of a studio for Jamie, travels beyond sirens. Love solidified, not flashy but fierce. Then the call. Evelyn collapsed again, critical. Jamie raced to the hospital, Alex trailing. In the sterile wait, Dad appeared, silver-haired, stoic, eyes avoiding. Son. The word hung, first in years. Jamie stiffened. Dad. Awkward beats. Then, she's asking for you. Inside, Evelyn gripped Jamie's hand. Proud. Of you. Peace settled as she slept, but Dad pulled Jamie aside. We talk? Real. The offer tempted, terrified. Jamie glanced at Alex, anchor steady. Soon. Outside, rain fell soft. Think it's possible? Jamie asked. Alex squeezed his hand. Everything is. Summer scorched the city, asphalt shimmering, fire calls spiking as parched parks ignited. Alex thrived in the blaze, hydrants gushing, crowds cheering his climbs, but home simmered with unspoken strain. Jamie's family thaw accelerated. Weekly calls with Lena, tentative lunches with Dad, Evelyn's recovery of fragile glue. It's good, Jamie insisted, but Alex caught the shadows. Late nights staring at ceilings, sketches turning dark, flames devouring figures. You're carrying it alone. Alex confronted one humid evening, sweat beading as they unpacked groceries. Jamie's back stiffened. I'm not. Just. Processing. Processing meant secrets. Jamie hid therapy slips, sessions unpacking the dissonance debris, but withheld the raw edges, nightmares of rejection, the fear he'd inherited their bigotry. Alex, buried in overtime, missed signs. Jamie's flinches at family photos, his overeager smiles post-calls. The crew noticed too, Ruiz pulling Alex aside after a drill. Your boy's quiet. Everything's solid. Alex nodded fierce. Rock. But doubt wormed. Was he enough? Or just a rebound from ruin? The fracture widened at a block party, a story as streets alive with grills and guitars, queer flags fluttering beside straight ones. Jamie mingled, charm on, but tensed when Dad called mid-laugh. "Gotta take it," he said, stepping to shadows. Alex watched from afar, beer warming in hand, as Jamie's face drained, arguing low, then hanging up sharp. He returned hollow-eyed. "What?" Alex pressed. Jamie forced a grin. "Work stuff. Lie thin as smoke." The night soured. Jamie drank too quick, words slurring into old stories, squatter laughs, near misses that masked pain. Alex guided him home, silence thick. Dawn brought confession. Jamie curled on the bathroom floor, head in toilet from overindulgence. "Dad wants me to manage the house. After Mom." Alex knelt, rubbing his back. "And?" Jamie retched again. "With conditions. Discretion. No scenes." The word poisoned. Alex's temper flared. "Scenes? Like us." Jamie wiped his mouth, eyes pleading. "It's progress." He said compromise. Alex stood, pacing. "Compromise means half a life. You deserve whole." Jamie rose shaky. "For them? Maybe." The divide yawned. Alex's fire-forged independence clashing Jamie's pull to roots, however rotten. Days stretched taut, arguments simmering under civility. Alex snapping at forgotten chores, Jamie withdrawing into cafe shifts. A call pulled Alex out, grass fire in prospect, hours lost to embers. But returning, he found Jamie gone. Note: visiting Mom. Need head clear. Panic spiked. Alex dialed, voicemail. Hours later, Jamie stumbled in, eyes swollen. Dad flipped. Saw a sketch. Us implied. Called it propaganda. Jamie's voice cracked. I defended. He walked. Alex enveloped him, fury boiling. Fuck him. We walk. But Jamie shook. He's trying. Cracking. The real blaze erupted mid-July, heat wave breaking in thunder. Alex's shift turned nightmare. Tenement collapse. Families trapped. His team digging frantic. He emerged singed, hauling a kid to safety. But the wind soured. Another floor pancaked, losses mounting. Home, adrenaline crashed. He needed Jamie, solid ground. But Jamie waited with bags half-packed. Space, he said, voice steel. Till I sort family. Alex's world tilted. Sort? Or choose them? Jamie's eyes flashed. Not choosing. Balancing. Alex grabbed his arm. Balance means bending till you break. Jamie yanked free. Like you? All or nothing. Flames or nothing. Words flew vicious. Alex accusing betrayal. Jamie self-preservation. You don't get it, Jamie yelled. Blood's forever. Yours is. New. The slap of truth staggered Alex. New? It's love. Jamie deflated. I know. But scared. He left for Lena's. Doors click final as gunshot. Alex punched the wall, knuckles splitting, blood smearing like accusation. Alone, he spiraled. Photos of them deleted in rage, then restored in regret. Calls ignored, texts unread. The house echoed empty, his bed a battlefield of what-ifs. Ruiz found him at the station next dawn, hollow-eyed over coffee. Boy troubles. Alex spilled fragments, advice blunt. Fires teach. Sometimes you let burn, control the spread. Useless. Alex threw into work, reckless, volunteering leads, ignoring fatigue. A warehouse blaze, echo of their start, nearly took him, beam grazing as he cleared a path. Tommy dragged him out. Stupid. For what? Alex coughed soot. Heritage. Tommy's grip tightened. Love ain't. Fight smart. Jamie, at Lena's, unraveled. Suburban sterility choked. Photos of normal, past. Whispers of concern masking judgment. Therapy with a family counselor unearthed rot. Dad's own closet, buried under machismo. Evelyn's complicity in silence. You're the brave one, the doc said. Jamie scoffed. Brave? Running. Lena overheard, confrontation brewing. Stay, she begged. We fix this. But nights brought dreams. Alex's face in flames, reaching. He cracked, driving back at midnight, rain sheeting. Alex answered shirtless, alarm mid-snore. Jamie. Words tumbled. I choose us. Whole. Alex pulled him in, wet clothes shedding, bodies crashing in desperate hold. No words needed. Kisses fierce, apologies and touches. Necks, jaws, the curve of spines. They talked till light, vulnerabilities bared. Alex's fear of abandonment, rooted in Dad's early death, Jamie's guilt as family's black sheep. Partners, Alex vowed. Equals. Dawn sealed it. Lazy limbs entwined. World outside forgotten. Rebuilding started small. Joint therapy, neutral ground for truths. Family boundaries set. Visits capped. No conditions. Dad tested. A barbecue invite laced with friends-only vibes, but Jamie held firm. Alex comes, or none. Reluctant nod. The event was stiff, stakes charred, talk of weather, but progress glinted. Dad's gruff, "Good job, son," after hearing of Jamie's art show. Evelyn beamed, hand in Alex's brief. "Thank you." Lena pulled Jamie aside. Proud. The weight lifted, fraction. Fall-painted leaves fire orange, mirroring their reignition. Jamie's exhibit, sketches of rescues, loves lost and found, drew crowds. Alex beaming front row. A buyer snapped the piece of them amid flames. "Symbolic," she said. Jamie laughed. "Literal." Nights deepened intimacy. Walks in Central Park, hands linked fearless. Dinners with the crew, Jamie trading barbs. Love matured, not fairy tale, but forged. Arguments shorter, makeup sweeter. But twists linger. A letter arrived. Dad's will, early draft, clauses hinting exclusion. Jamie confronted, voice steady. "Fix it, or lose me." Dad's face crumpled. Feared this. Tears, first seen, bridged. "You're my son." All. Amends inked, family realigning. Alex watched, healing his own ghosts. Winter returned gentle, holidays shared. Firehouse tree with Caldwell touches. As snow fell, Jamie sketched them by hearth. Our story. Alex kissed his crown. Just beginning. Yet under peace, tension coiled. A call from Marco, old squatter. Warehouse owner out on bail. Talking revenge. Jamie paled, past encroaching. Alex's jaw set. We face it. United, flames no match. Autumn's blaze gave way to winter's bite. But the real heat built in shadows. The warehouse owner's bail. Whispers of vendettas against squatters who snitched. Jamie downplayed it, focusing on his art gig at a gallery. Commissions flowing like the chill winds off the East River. Old news, he'd say, but Alex saw the locks checked twice. The way Jamie lingered at windows. Paranoia was a slow burn, and Alex, fresh off a string of false alarms, felt it too. His radio a constant hum, every crackle a potential echo of that first rescue. They leaned into routine for armor. Morning runs along the waterfront, breaths clouding in sync. Evenings with vinyl spinning blues, Jamie's head in Alex's lap as sketches piled. Love was their constant, deepening in quiet ways. Alex learning Jamie's coffee order by heart. Jamie memorizing the scars on Alex's arms from close calls. War stories. Alex called them. Jamie traced them like art. But family threads tugged. Evelyn's chemo started. A quiet war against cancer unearthed late. Visits became ritual. Jamie holding her hand. Alex in the waiting room with Lena. Their truce evolving into wary alliance. He's good for him, Lena admitted once, over vending machine coffee. Alex nodded. Always was. The threat crystallized on a frosty morning. Alex's shift ended early, traffic parting as he headed home, but a tail nipped, black sedan, too deliberate. He lost it in Queen's gridlock, heart hammering, and burst into the apartment to find Jamie packing lunch, oblivious. We need to talk, Alex said, locking the door triple. Jamie's face fell as details spilled. The tale, Marco's warning of the owner's crew, ex-cons with grudges. They think I ratted, Jamie finished, voice small. For insurance. Alex paced. You didn't. But perception's fire, spreads fast. They hold up, calling Ruiz for off-books advice. Document everything. Stay vigilant. Nights turned sentinel. Alex sleeping light. Jamie's insomnia feeding sketches of shadowed figures. Tension bled into intimacy. Touches turned urgent. Bodies seeking reassurance in the dark. I'm not losing you. Alex growled one night, pinning Jamie gently, lips mapping collarbones. Jamie arched, gasping. Won't let go. But dawn brought reality. A brick through the window, note attached, snitches burn. Glass shattered piece, shards like accusations. Police logged it, but bureaucracy dragged. Low priority, the desk sergeant shrugged. Alex fumed, pulling precinct strings, but frustration mounted. Jamie cracked first, During a stakeout false alarm. Cops raiding a corner, heart stopping. "I can't drag you into this," he said, voice breaking in the truck. Alex's hand gripped the wheel white. "Drag? We're in it." Argument flared. Jamie pushing distance for safety. Alex refusing, voices echoing in the cab. "Protecting you means us," Alex shouted. Jamie's tears fell. "What if it kills you?" Reconciliation came raw, parked under streetlight. Confessions of fear, Jamie's guilt as curse, Alex's terror of emptiness. "Fight together," they vowed, foreheads pressed. Alex threw into vigilance, shifts blending with patrols. Eyes on mirrors, routes varied. The crew rallied subtle. Tommy dropping meals, Ruiz running plates on the sedan. Leads trickled. Owner, Victor Hale, out on technicality, history of arson covers. "Slippery," Ruiz warned. Alex's recklessness peaked. A solo tail on a tip, cornering a lookout in an alley. Fists flew, bruises blooming, but intel gained. Hale's next message, a cafe hit. Jamie's cafe. Alex raced, sirens mental, bursting into chaos. Patrons fleeing, flames licking counters. Jamie safe, wide-eyed behind the register. "You okay?" Alex gasped, smothering embers. Jamie nodded, trembling. "Knew you'd come." The blaze contained quick, but shockwaves rippled. Cafe closed indefinite, Jamie's job ash. Insurance fights loomed, but worse. Hale's escalation meant war. Cops moved, warrants brewing, but Alex and Jamie reunited fierce at the hospital. Evelyn's checkup coinciding, family converging. Dad's face thunderous. "This because of..." Jamie cut in. "No, my past, not my present." Solidarity swelled. Lena hugged Alex. "Keep him safe." Vow etched. Nights at the fortified apartment blurred. Jamie crashing post-family, bodies entwined against the cold. Vulnerability peaked. Jamie sketching Hale's face from descriptions, catharsis in lines. Alex confessing boyhood losses, Dad's fire death fueling his path. "You saved me first," Alex said, voice rough. Jamie's fingers laced his. Reciprocal. Love fortified, not fragile. Plans whispered of relocation, art lofts in Brooklyn, a future beyond threats. Climax brewed in February chill, tip solid. Hale's meet at the old warehouse site, irony cruel. Alex fed it to detectives, but impatience burned. "Let me go in," he begged Ruiz. "No. Protocol." But when radio silence stretched, Alex geared unofficial, slipping into shadows. Heart pounding, he infiltrated, smoke ghosts, beams charred. Voices echoed. Hale's rasp, "Finish the snitch." Panic spiked. Jamie's face flashed. Alex lunged, tackling a goon, fists and shouts mingling. Chaos erupted, shots wild, Alex dodging, radioing frantic. Backup swarmed, Hale cuffed amid curses. Alex emerged bloodied, a gash on his arm, but victorious. Jamie waited in the lot, Lena's car idling, face ashen. "Idiot," he breathed, bandaging rough. Alex grinned through pain. Hero. Arrests followed, Hale's empire crumbling. Arson ring exposed, justice swift. Relief washed, but scars lingered. Jamie's trust deepened, yet therapy delved trauma's roots. Spring bloomed tentative, cherry blossoms defiant. Jamie's new gig at a community center, art for at-risk youth, ignited purpose, classes filling with queer kids sketching dreams. Alex watched one session, pride swelling as Jamie encouraged a shy teen. "Like you," he said later, over rooftop picnic. Jamie blushed. "Us." Family mended fuller. Dad at the center's open house. Awkward but present. Evelyn's remission party. Toasts to second chances. Yet twist lingered. A letter from Hale's lawyer. Settlement bait, laced with smears. Jamie burned it, but doubt flickered. What if echoes? Alex pulled him close. We silenced them. Love's fire, tempered, burned steady. Proposals unspoken, but felt in rings sketched, futures mapped. As Summer hinted, they stood on the pier, hands linked. Survived, Jamie said. Alex kissed him slow. Thriving. But under calm, a whisper, Marco's call, loose end. Hale had a partner. Paranoia reignited, faint but fierce. The story, far from closed. The whisper from Marco hung like smoke, elusive but acrid, pulling Alex and Jamie back from Summer's edge. Hale's partner, Rumored a silent financier, deep pockets and deeper grudges, slithered through cracks, anonymous threats scrawled on community center walls, snitches kids next. Jamie's classes, his sanctuary, shuddered temporary, the betrayal cutting deep. I thought it over, he said, voice hollow as they taped windows anew. Alex's arm around him was steel. It's not. We end it. Investigation reignited. Alex's contacts buzzing. Precinct whispers of a ghost investor. Ties to city corruption. Ruiz looped in, off record. Stay out. This climbs. But staying out wasn't Alex's code. Nights blurred into stakeouts. Jamie protesting from the sidelines. Let pros, he'd beg, eyes dark with memory. Alex's kiss silenced. Pros are slow. Your priority. Tension threaded their days. Arguments over risks, makeups and hurried embraces. Love a lifeline amid fray. Family mobilized subtle. Dad, retired engineer, rigging security cams. Lena volunteering at the center, eyes sharp for tales. Evelyn, post-remission glow, hosted strategy dinners, lasagna and laptops, plotting like kin. We're in, she said, squeezing Jamie's hand. The inclusion healed fissures. Dad's gruff, proud, son, over dessert sealed bonds. Jamie sketched the table scene later. Faces lit warm, flames distant. Us, he titled it. Alex framed it, hung prominent. Marco proved double-edged, meeting in a dive, jittery with cheap whiskey. Partner's name, Ellis Crow. Big money, old hate. Lost a brother to a squatter fire years back. Intel gold, but Marco's eyes darted. Oh me. Alex slid cash. Clean. But leaving, unease prickled, Marco's shadow too long. Home. Alex fed Crow to the chain. Warrants brewed slow, bureaucracy's grind. Jamie channeled fear into art. Exhibit planned. From ashes, themes of resilience, queer survivors' stories. Promotion drew press, but risk too. Exposure is target. Cancel, Alex urged. Jamie's chin lifted. No, we don't hide. The opening night pulsed, gallery packed, lights soft on canvases of rebirth, Jamie's speech raw. Fires take, but we rebuild. Alex stood back, chest tight, until a figure slipped in, suited, watchful. Crow? Adrenaline surged. Alex tailed post-event, alley confrontation brewing. Words first. Back off. Alex growled, blocking escape. The man smirked. Not Crow, but lackey, eyes cold. Message, family's next. Fist connected, scuffle brief but brutal. Alex's training prevailing, zip ties improvised. Cops swarmed on tip, interrogation cracking. Crow's address, plans for a final burn, the family home. Alex raced, Jamie in tow, sirens mental. The house loomed dark, but flickers danced. Arsonists inside, accelerants poured. Chaos exploded. Alex kicked door, hoseless but heroic, tackling one. Jamie alerting neighbors for flood of calls. Backup arrived, sirens blaring, flames doused before devouring, perps cuffed amid steam. Crow, cornered in his penthouse later, tip from the lackey, surrendered meek, empire folding under federal eyes. Trials loomed, but victory tasted sweet. Headlines praised the firefighter folk hero, but Alex shrugged it off. Team effort. Aftermath washed clean. Center reopened, classes booming. Crow's assets seized, restitution flowing to victims. Marco vanished. Clean break or ghost. Unknown, but peace held. Jamie's exhibit toured, sales funding scholarships for queer youth. Your spark, Alex said, toasting at the wrap party. Jamie's eyes shone. Ours. Fall deepened, leaves crunching under proposal knees. Alex, nervous in the park where they'd mended, rings simple, intertwined flames. Marry me? Build forever. Jamie's yes was tear-laced, kiss sealing amid cheers from hidden crew. Family swelled, wedding small, firehouse chapel, Dad walking Jamie, Evelyn beaming, Lena matron. Vows echoed. Through fires, I choose you. Rings exchanged, bands etched with from ashes. Years folded. Loft in Brooklyn, Jamie's studio alive with color, Alex captaining ladder 147, shifts balanced with home. Kids came via surrogacy, twin boys, adopted later, firecracker energy matching their dads. Holidays blended, firehouse feasts with Caldwell chaos, stories shared across tables. Prejudices faded, not forgotten. Therapy threads wove ongoing, growth eternal. One night, years on, a call pulled Alex out. Warehouse blaze, echoes full circle. He returned soot-streaked, Jamie waiting with baths drawn. Hero, Jamie murmured, wiping grime. Alex pulled him close. Home. In quiet, they reflected. Misunderstandings bridged, discriminations defied, love's drama their greatest plot. Twists tamed, but life's spark eternal, burning bright, unquenched. The face under the soot hadn't frozen his heart. It had thawed it, reigniting a life worth every flame.